separation of church and state. All my life I've been told who was lying, who to believe, and it's just until probably a decade or two ago that I really got it in my mind that I needed to think for myself, because I've been bombarded with European rhetoric all my life. And the fact of the matter is 95% of, especially the black community or the world, has been bombarded with the same thing. So you can't really think for yourself. But let me tell you something. Church and state, huh? Well, let's look at government. What does government, what is it? The political direction and control exercised over the actions of the members, citizens, or inhabitants of communities, societies, and states. Direction of the affairs of a state, community, etc. Now, going by that sounds just like the government and the church. So let's look at the government of religion. But first, let's listen to something.
They killed him for awakening too many, then used his name to keep others asleep. Jesus was not starting a religion. He was revealing a path, a different way of being, as many mystics before him had also done. What was the path? What was the difference? The different way of being? Of waking up from thinking that divinity is outside of you, a judging God in the sky, to realizing that it's within. Divinity is within. He taught that the kingdom wasn't in a temple or in the hands of the rich or the elite. He said the kingdom is within. He was not building temples. He was revealing that we are the temple, not made with hands. He didn't say, believe this or burn in hell. He said, wake up. The kingdom is here. The kingdom is at hand. Where's it at? Within us. You can't point to it and say it's over here or over there, because it's within. He disrupted those systems of control, and he lifted those that the world had cast aside. Yeshua was not crucified because sin demanded a payment. What is sin? Sin simply means to miss the mark. Our spirits, the essence of who we are, is perfect and whole and lacks nothing. Where we miss the mark is in our thinking, in our minds. He was crucified because truth disrupts control. That whole courtroom, you're guilty and someone's got to pay idea, that didn't even show up till 1,000 years after he died. He didn't come to start anything external. He came to awaken what religion tried to bury inside and continues to try to bury. They don't want us knowing the power of who we are. The way he lived, what he carried, and what he revealed was never meant to be turned into a religion. The Gospel of Philip, one of the ancient texts found at Nag Hammadi, says Christ is not a person's name, but it is a title for the one who has received the anointing. Christ isn't exclusive to Jesus, and it's not his last name. It's the divine presence revealed through the awakened one. And Christ, what does that mean? It means anointed, which means to be empowered, to be awakened, to carry divine presence. It wasn't just about Jesus. It was a blueprint for us, and they turned it into a religion to control us, to contain what could not be contained. But Jesus came to show what we carry, the kingdom, the Christ. It was never just about him. It was always about all of us, to wake up to what's within. Rise up to this heaven, this higher way of thinking, this higher consciousness. Step into the abundance. Learn how to manifest and pull it into the physical. That's what they don't want us knowing. The power that you have rooted in love to manifest, to co-create, to walk in victory in every area of your life, to love and not hate, to not be a...
Now, most people might ask if I endorse this, but no, I don't. Do I agree with some things that she said? Of course. I know it to be the truth. Anything, especially church and state, seeks to control us. And it's so similar that we can't see it. It's right in front of our face. And the fact of the matter is, every day we are being governed by the same people she's talking about. But we can't see it because we align ourselves not with right or wrong. We align ourselves with the liars. I saw something last night, and it really touched me, because here we have supposed to be the most powerful man in the world, or either at least in the United States, and he was in a pissing contest with one senator. The one senator that always states that she's for the people, and the people are not for her, not even her own Democrats. And the reason why they're not for her, even though she is for them, is because they're weak. They're cowards. You rather sit down there and be materialistic, have money and have somebody tell you what to do than to be your own man or woman. When you got one person out there fighting for you, she goes hard. She'll go against the whole Supreme Court if she have to. You understand? A lioness, But we are letting one person or a group of people support the very power of this country, which is its citizenship. Okay? And you let people behind the curtain direct your life in such a way that you can't be what this young lady was talking about. Powerful. Something that is uncontrollable. You have inside of you, but you let it be controlled because it's controlling your mind. You were better off when they physically abused you than when they took and abused your mind every day of the week. And I tell you something. Now I understand why they named it, 7 days week. Because they were looking at citizens. They were looking at you, me. How in the world can you have over 1 billion people and an organization controls those 1 billion people by a concept that wasn't even created by them? Not created by them, for them, always against them. Because the minute you wake up, the jig is over. And anybody who tries to wake you up, they've got to put to sleep. And you know it, and I know it. The people were put against each other because if they ever became one, who can stop that? I mean, how ignorant and dumb can we get? We got some of the most intelligent people in Congress, Supreme Court, walking the streets. But they've been led like sheep to the slaughter, just like us. But I will tell you something. If you can't see that you are being weak and you're not representing the person that's representing you, you're representing a fallacy, a group of people who want to be kings and queens, and we've been letting them. They have most of the resources, and we've been letting them. They have your mind, and we've been letting them. Let me tell you something. Whenever we decide to start letting them, we'll be free like we're supposed to be. I know for me,